So here we go, guys. Well, hi ho folks, and welcome back to Turwinkle Talks. That's right, it is Turwinkle Talks, and tonight we've got a special treat for everyone, especially anyone that does any alliance roleplay here on Wormrest Accord. We've got a great guild that most people will know if they spend any time here in Stormwind. That's right, the guild House Holt. And if you don't know about these guys, and maybe you don't have a character over here on Wormrest Accord, we're going to tell you all about them and how you can come and join some of their roleplay over here on Wormrest Accord. And so, without any further ado, we're being attacked by a dragon, but don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Over here, right here, and you'll find them usually here. This is headquarters for House Holt. Is that correct, Aylin?
We consider it our embassy. We've sort of commandeered just maces in the other side of Cathedral Square.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Now, you are breaking up a little bit, and I don't know if that's Discord or... Did you change to push to talk? Of course, right? It was perfect up to till now, and then Discord's like,
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. So, and speaking of guild leader, we have her right up here. And again, it's Adeline or Adeline?
Adeline.
Adeline. Good Lord. It's just not Turwinkle unless he mispronounces a name or two. And so, Adeline, now, what do you consider what is your title? Are you the guild leader? Are you the matron? What is your official title?
OCly, I am the GM. On an IC basis, I would be considered the matriarch of the family. I'm the eldest born female family member.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Now, let us meet the other folks that you've brought here tonight, and then we'll start talking about House Holt. And I guess we're going to start down here, on this end here. And is it Pere? It's got to be Pere.
Shino, have a mic. That is Varen Pere.
Varen Pere. Excellent. And what do we know about Varen Pere, sir?
She is a Rendorai, so recently joined the Alliance along with the other Void Elves, and has been recruited into the Velvet Guile section of House Holt.
Oh, okay. Excellent. I can't wait to learn about that. And nice to meet you, Pere. And next we have Rian. Ryan?
Rian. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Rian's been with House Holt since August, early September. Some things went down with her house. She came looking for help with another Duskwood house, and has been with them since. She's been just helping wherever she can. Currently, she's serving as Lion's Guard. I think that's about it.
Okay, excellent. Well, it's nice to meet you, ma'am. Alrighty, and next, is it Kadrin?
Hi. Yep, Kadrin Holt.
Oh, excellent. What can you tell us about Kadrin?
He is the head of house, and he oversees all of the bunch of people that you see here.
Oh, so if anybody needs a whooping, this is who you go to?
Pretty much.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about him, though.
He is the second oldest of the main Holt family. Natharn being the oldest, but he's MIA right now.
Oh.
So he has taken up the responsibilities as head of house. He's recently engaged.
Wow.
So there will be a wedding.
Okay, to someone here?
Yes. Well, not here, but she's here in spirit.
Okay. All right, excellent. And so in order to take over the guild, something would have to happen to Adeline. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. not saying anything. We're not putting that idea out there. But
What are you trying to do to me, Turwinkle?
no, nothing. No, just saying. Just wondering how that how that all works. And okay. Well, nice to meet you, Kadrin.
Nice to meet you.
And next.
Oh no, I want you to mispronounce it.
It's let's see. Saracel?
Hey, that's close. Yeah, Cerizale.
Okay, excellent.
So Cerizale is the Castellan of the house. So silly, that puts me in the co-GM position.
Oh, okay.
Second to Adeline. So if anything happens to her, I'll fight you with my hands.
Oh,
But he is a Death Knight. Fell along with Lordaeron when Arthas did his thing up there. Broke free along with the rest of the Death Knights over in Acheris at Light's Hope. And in an effort to find some purpose in undeath and roaming around in relative immortality, tried to find some work with the living folks and ended up in House Holt. After about a year, ended up in this position as co-GM.
Oh, excellent. And what did he do in his former life?
So in his former life, he was a member of a more militant family in Lordaeron, who their holdings didn't have a lot of natural resources, so they made their living lending out military knowledge. So the sons of the family would go to other households or organizations and say, "We are very good at fighting. Let me teach you how to fight better."
Oh, excellent. All right, well, excellent, and good to meet you as well, sir.
Good to meet you too.
Now, on the other side of the GM, we have Captain Vladilin.
Vladimir.
Okay, excellent.
Vladimir serves as the captain of the Lions Guard for House Holt, so that means he is second in command of their military sect. He's been here for about 6 months and is now recently engaged to Adeline Holt, who he's standing right next to. Before then, he just served as a mercenary, bounty hunter, pretty foul-mouthed, and most of the people here did not like him when he first came in.
Wow, okay. Well, and you managed to sweep Adeline off her feet.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Oh, she's standing right now. So
well, yeah. Excellent. Well, all right. Well, is there like a day set, or are we waiting?
I think we've got it set for August 4th.
Wow. Okay. And who asked who?
He did naturally.
Oh, excellent. And of course, you said yes right away.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a story there, folks, and maybe at some point we'll come back talk to you guys about your relationship and how that all fostered and all that good stuff, because people love those. So we may do that at some point and find out all about the ups and downs of the relationship in House Holt here. Excellent. All right, and next, is it Mordinir? Mordinir,
yeah. Mordinir is, this story is not very far from, I did call him Ceruziel, because I like to tease him. But,
Jerk.
yes, I am. I play 2 different characters. I play Mordinir, and I also play Adeline's twin brother, Arden. But for plot reasons, he's not here because it would make sense for him to be in the city. But, so, for now, showing off Mordinir. He's part of a noble family from Lordaeron. He was a paladin before Lordaeron fell apart, went up with Arthas up north, everything fell apart. He experienced the entirety of the Scourge's campaign all the way up north, helped train the Death Knights, and after he gained their freedom, got his revenge and then drifted for a while. And recently regained his family's holdings, which are very meager, very humble, called Nevermoon Keep, that's up in what is a secluded part of the Plaguelands. And he had basically given his vassalage to House Holt for helping him get all of the stuff that he needed to be taken care of.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Well, it's good to meet you, sir.
You too as well, sir.
Alrighty, and next here, Lorraine.
Hi.
Hi, did I get that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Excellent. Yay!
Woo! So Lorraine is Adeline's lady-in-waiting.
Ah.
Sort of serves as her assistant in various aspects of her life, and
That's also called a slave.
Wow. Wow. Now,
I'm not a tyrant. Hey. I am not a tyrant. She's treated very well.
Yes, she
But-
has like a whole house to herself. It's great. She's got a good deal here. I'm a relatively new person to, well, I'm a returning person to WoW. I was away for 4 years. So Lorraine's story is kind of small right now. Mostly, she's an unafflicted Gilnean human whose parents have kind of told her, go learn how to be a noblewoman while we travel the world. And so she found Adeline and asked her to be her lady-in-waiting and sort of learn under her tutelage as how to be a noblewoman.
Now, as a lady-in-waiting, you also know some deep, dark secrets that, the rest of us may not.
Oh, yes, and she is sworn to secrecy under
okay.
punishment of death.
So we can't learn any tonight, is that?
No, not today, I don't think. I don't want to upset Vlad.
Right.
He'll
Yeah,
probably drop me in a canal.
Oh, well. Well, we are in a circle of trust right now, so
Yes,
anything
the
is.
crocolids need to eat too.
Wow. Okay, well, we won't pressure you.
It's a very fluid circle.
Yeah, just write me later. Wink,
All right,
wink,
all right.
nudge, nudge. Okay.
I have a price, I mean.
The next week, Nationals Enquirer. Okay. The real story of Adeline. All right. Next here is Alexina.
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 Yeah, Alex.
That's just his character.
Okay. Tell us a bit about
Alexina.
Alexina. Yeah.
What little I do know of her on an icy basis, she happens to be Benrina's unwanted sister. So maybe Benrina can speak up.
Wow.
Yeah, I
that
was
part.
going to say, do you want me to take up that?
Please.
All right. So Alexina is Ven's half sister. I believe that discovery came about maybe 4 or 5 months ago. They share the same father, who I will get into that a little later. But basically, Alexina grew up in Booty Bay, and when Ven's family, the new family of Holt, was featured in the newspaper due to the events last summer, she found Ven and came to her. They've had a pretty strained relationship until recently. And now Alexina works for Ven in their shipping company. So,
Okay. So there's some interesting dynamics and story arcs there.
yes.
All right, awesome. And last in the front row here, but certainly not least, Cypher.
Is this coming across?
Yes.
It is.
Hello.
Hello. Tell us a little bit about your tune here, sir.
Well, okay, so I just came to this server about a month ago after my old storyline died, and I transferred this character over, obviously. And I started looking for a place to call home, and so far, these people have been very nice to me.
Oh, excellent so far.
Well, yeah, so far.
All right.
I count on nothing, because this is roleplay. Anyway.
Meetings will continue until morale improves.
So tell
Very
us,
much so.
tell us a little bit about your storyline.
Okay, so I have him written in as he was raised on a farm, an adopted son of, a farmer and a blacksmith down in Elwyn Forest. Bad things happened, and he wound up in the military until recently.
Okay. Well, that's pretty straightforward. Excellent. All right, now what we can have happen now is we'll just have the back row just step forward in front of the front row here, and then we'll get everybody so that way we can see who we got. So back row, just step forward in front of the front row here.
Women of back row, go.
Go.
I think Sarah's mixing a drink.
Okay.
I will poke her.
So while Sarah's mixing her drink, let's talk with Landon. Landon.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Good. Tell us, did I pronounce that correctly? Landon?
Yep.
Oh, excellent. Tell us about Landon.
So far, actually, he's a character that's yet to be introduced, but he's Adeline's half-brother.
Oh, okay. Do you have a storyline written currently, or is that something you're working on?
Working on.
All right, excellent. Well, that should be an interesting dynamic to bring into the already big family of the Holts. Now, are you?
Yeah.
Is this something that you are just kind of working on as you go along, or do you have a pretty set goal in mind?
Actually, he's a character that started being developed 2 days ago.
Wow.
So he's going to be something new and to add to the mix of things.
Excellent. And I love his transmog, by the way.
Thank you.
You bet. All right. And next here, Rosalithia?
Rosalithia?
Rosalithia, there we go. Okay.
Very pretty name.
Very pretty.
She does not have a mic,
okay,
but she is from Westfall. She's a former pirate and now a pirateer, or privateer rather, under House Holt, which is, I guess it's under the privateer group, which Ben Rena, who you'll be speaking with next, or after Aliciana. Yeah, she's more recent to the guild, so I don't know very much about her yet.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And yet next up, I guess, is Korea.
That's actually Elysiana, Iceli.
Okay.
That is Cedric's sister.
Ah.
And she is the baby of Cedric's side of the family. And she's been in the guild for quite a while. She also plays Sarah Holt, who is married to Arden.
All right, awesome. And next here, Verena?
Venrina.
Venrina.
Yeah.
Again, that's just, and I do try. It's just I am the worst. I am the worst.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I bet you butcher names in person as well, don't you?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh, then you do not want to know my real name. All right, so...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, please, go ahead.
So Venrina is actually from very humble origins. She's also from Westfall. She was born to a field merchant sailor and his wife. They grew up in poverty. And the TLDR version is she was orphaned at 16, ran away, and then she, in a string of events, became a member of a pirate crew, and then eventually became a privateer when she met, or before she met Cedric, sorry. And then, in a very interesting story, met Cedric, and they fell in love and got married. So she is basically kind of like it's a Cinderella story, I guess,
Okay.
rags to riches. So she went from living in poverty to becoming a duchess. And she runs the privateering group, Holt and Thorn, growing their fleet. And it's a very fun and interesting storyline going on right now.
Oh, it sounds like it.
And so she's doing her best to blend the two worlds that she knows together. So
Excellent. Yeah, I'd love to hear more about that. So that is awesome. And last but not least here tonight, Cedric. See, I can get some of them.
It's not too hard to pronounce. So. Hello, I'm Cedric, a cousin to Adeline. Not much to say about Cedric. He was born into nobility, was raised to be a fighter, I guess. He's a part of the SI7, and he's co-owner of Holt and Thorn.
All right, excellent. And, you know, his best feature is his wife, correct?
Most definitely.
There we go.
We
there
all
we
tend
go.
to
Here,
agree
I'll
as
score
well.
some points for you. All right, excellent.
Good answer.
All right, so you guys can move back to your original positions, and we are, folks, are going to start talking with House Holt about exactly just that, House Holt. And we've met some of the folks that have come here tonight and to share in this fun interview all about this awesome guild. Now, Adolin, first and foremost, how did you come up with the idea for House Holt?
Well, it was naturally born of my original backstory for the character, for Adeline, and her rather large family, who were all estranged at the time, and most of the family members are played by other characters. So, I mean, there's already a very diverse group here with different attitudes, different developments, stories, drama, all that. But yeah, I mean, we initially began as Shiv and Silver, which was a mercenary company when I first came to Alliance in 2014. And it kind of just, as the story progressed for my character, so did the name of the guild.
Oh, excellent. And so, how did you come up with the name House Holt in specific?
Well, she's noble born, but had no interest in, you know, growing up as a noble and dealing with the politics and all that surrounded it. So when the story evolved from a mercenary company to more noble role play, it kind of transitioned with her. House Holt.
Excellent. Perfect. Now, what kind of guild is it? Is it a heavy roleplay guild, medium, light? Are you guys raiding, PvE, PvP? What kind of guild is it, folks that don't know?
We're absolutely a heavy roleplay guild. Anytime we log in, 90% of the time we are IC. A lot of us fancy the PvE aspect of the game. Some of us fancy the PvP aspect of the game. Some of us do all of it. So.
Okay, excellent. So heavy role play with a smattering of pretty much if you want to go PvP, you've got a group in the guild that'll do that, raid, that sort of thing.
Yep, absolutely.
Excellent. So let us say Turwinkle's brand new to the server. He's looking for a guild to join, and he's heard about House Holt. He's excited. He's come over to get into the guild. First and foremost, who do I talk to get into the guild?
I'm going to defer to Dan on this, which is Sarazul. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
So, as far as who you talk to join into the guild, we generally don't advertise for traditional recruitment. You know, standing around posting a guild advert. We absolutely prefer organic walk-up. So, granted, if a character came up and messaged us out of character and said, "Hey, I'm interested in the guild," anyone can talk to them and give them some information, send them to the guild Tumblr page where we have a lot more information. But they would likely be deferred to either myself, Vladimir, over there, if they were looking to join into the Lions Guard, or Venrina or Cedric if they were looking to get into the privateer section. And then we'd have a chat with them and tell them, you know, come by, swing by the embassy, RP with us face to face, because we definitely prefer organic introductions to a, "Hey, I read about you on this pamphlet. I would like to join."
Right, a bird flew down and and tweeted at me. Right. And what is the address to your Tumblr page?
It's very simple. It's householt.tumblr.com.
Oh, there you go, guys. It can't get any easier than that.
Very forward. And it has all of our information on it, what to expect from the guild. It has even an FAQ sheet, how to go about joining, what our requirements are. It gives a little bit of information about each of our individual characters as well.
Oh, excellent.
And what what group they are, all that stuff.
So everything that we're covering tonight, you'll find probably there and in greater detail.
Absolutely.
Excellent. And so that brings us to the next question. Is there an age requirement for getting into the guild?
There certainly is. At the very beginning, of course, you heard just how vulgar we can be. And I do not parent our members. I am a parent in real life, and I don't care to do that in my pastime. So we are 21 and older.
Okay. All right. Excellent. And is there a class or race restriction?
Yes, there is. My character happens to be quite racist. We do not accept Draenei or Pandaren.
Wow. And why?
Well, in my mindset, in my character's canon, the aliens need to go back to their motherland, their spaceships, and just beam me up Scotty and get out of here.
Okay.
But on an OOC basis, to me, it doesn't make sense that light-bearing individuals such as the Naru worshippers would want to ever serve a noble house of humans. It just doesn't. I can't wrap my head around that. And same thing with Pandarans. They're all, adventure-y, and they like to cook. So, I mean, unless I'm going to hire one to cook for me, I don't really want them.
So there might be an in for a Pandaren player who likes to cook and maybe can sway you in that regard. Is that correct?
Very unlikely.
Okay. But so you are saying there is a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So are you telling me warlocks are allowed in the guild?
Yes.
Wow. But no furry warlocks.
Well, the thing about Household is that we're certainly not light worshippers. We do have void elves in the guild for a reason, which is through story. We have dark magic, shadow magic, void magic, sort of backstory-ish.
Necromancy.
No necromancy. Nope.
Okay, excellent. Now, is there a level requirement?
We often hold monthly town hall meetings in my garrison to which we can summon people, but it's also very trying to do that. So the higher, the better.
There's no hard limit to say, but we tend to not keep levels in mind when we pick places to be. So you're motivated to be able.
Yeah, if you want to do stuff with the guild and they're an Argus, then
We also tend to help people along too. Like, if someone's having a problem leveling, we role play a lot, but it's also good for camaraderie that we help each other along, no matter really what it is, including leveling.
Okay, because we have people addicted to alts, so we'll come level with you.
Yeah, I've noticed a few folks have alts, and I guess that would be a question. You can bring an alt in, correct? Obviously.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yep.
Do you have a limit on alts?
Yeah, so I was just about to say, we try to limit. We are not a parking lot. I have a 2-week AFK timer, and I don't care if you play a family member or you're just new to the guild and you decide to disappear for 2 weeks. I will kick you from the guild, from the roster.
Okay, there you go. That's another question out of the box. So, be active.
Yeah, and I mean it's not to be taken personally. When you become active again, you can certainly return to your station, but we keep a very trim roster.
And speaking of roster, how many folks are in the guild?
Roster shows 70 members, accounting for alts. So, I don't know, we probably have, 24 active folks?
There's 46 individual accounts.
Oh, 46 individual accounts. There you go.
All right, excellent. And so we talked a little bit about this earlier, but IC or OOC interviews. So you prefer the IC interview. Do you talk to folks OOC before allowing them in the guild?
We do. Dan, would you like to go ahead with that?
Yeah, so we just try and clear our OOC restrictions. And we talked about the age restriction, letting people know we do have that 2-week timer, letting people know not only we have an age restriction, but why we have it, because a lot of people will hear, oh, we only want people 21 and up, and get the wrong idea. So basically, we just clarify why we have those regulations in place, make sure they jive with them, and make sure we like the people, because we're all here to get along. If we don't get along, that's going to cause problems.
Right. And no one likes the drama. The drama monster is sometimes harder to defeat if it's allowed to grow.
Exactly. So we're just trying to make sure that everyone has a good time and is in an environment they'll enjoy. Because after all, this is a game. This is enjoyment time.
Right. Excellent. And finally, do I have to know how to roleplay to get in the guild?
We are definitely not a novice or beginners guild. I know that a lot of our members have been quite critical of newcomers who lack grammar or lack punctuation. We don't, by any means, paragraph roleplay or write novels or anything like that. We kind of catch on each other when, you spam an entire chat box full of text. We like to be able to keep up. There's so many of us that blasting a novel or a short story in one foul swoop is, you're going to lose interest. So we try to keep it relatively small.
All right, perfect. And again, the reason why we ask these questions is because I think for the most part, and we talked a little bit about this earlier, but, getting folks to a guild where they're going to be comfortable and they're going to know right away going into it what to expect. And I think it's important that a lot of folks will go, oh, well, they're only 21, they're kind of snooty if they're only this or that. So, that's not the case. Again, you guys want folks that are going to enjoy your time that they have when they're with you. So, yeah. So and every guild's different. And
that's why we have
why
we have those regulations in place and go through that OOC interviews just to make sure that everyone's going to jive. Because it's not going to be any fun if somebody who doesn't adhere to our requirements hops in and just doesn't get along with anyone because they're younger and don't get the sense of humor, the references, or they're things like that. So we're just trying to make sure everyone has a good time.
Yeah,
right?
and everybody's guild is different from one guild to the next, and that's why I ask the questions of what folks expect when their people are coming in, and and that's if this guild isn't for you, then there's 8 million more that you'll find one.
Right.
Believe me, you'll find one. So.
No, we're super unique. There's only us.
Yes.
The biggest thing for me is that I have a high standard when it comes to my members. We don't BS. We don't throw people under the bus. We don't slam people on social media. We don't bully people. We don't grief. Like, if you're just going to come onto the server to be a jerk, we don't want you.
Right.
At all.
And speaking of which, we're going to be talking about rules coming up here. And because Turwinkle has made it in. You guys love him to death, and you want him in the guild. So he made the prerequisites, and he's in. Yay. So... hypothetically, he's made it.
Oh no, you're in. You said it.
Oh, sweet. All right, excellent. And so now that I'm in the guild, what are the IC rules that we have to follow, and the OOC rules?
Well, I don't know that we really specify IC rules. Everyone remains in character and true to their character. If for whatever reason your character doesn't get along with another, so be it. We're not going to sit there and punish you or, have a timeout or anything. A lot of our rule set is mostly IC, and it has a lot to do with respect and recognition of one another. We don't steamroll. Like, I may be the GM and I may be a Holt, and this may be House Holt, but not all of our stories revolve around me or my family. Everyone has their own story to tell, and we like to share the limelight in that. So really, most of it has to come down with respect of one another, everyone's culture, the preferences and whatnot. So.
Oh, excellent. And again, this is where a lot of guilds are pretty much the same in that, respect the members within the guild, and folks that are not in the guild, respect them as well. And, just the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and you'll do fine in the guild. Mm-hmm. I've asked that question, and very rarely do things, differ, other than some guilds are like, we don't allow rape RP. It's like, what? Wow, is that an issue? Holy smokes. So
something we feel we have to say out, right?
Yeah. That's I was like, wow, you guys made that a rule. Holy smokes, that's there's probably some issues that have happened in the past, and so it's like, wow, okay, well, it's just so you know, and I do like that again that each character does have their own storyline, and what I love that I've heard so far from you guys is that there are really some great storylines that I would love to hear about, and there's some, secrets that we may, a little bit of gold may prize some secrets. Anyway, so excellent. So rules are pretty simple, and that's what I usually like to hear. Now, as a new member in the guild, where am I placed as far as ranks are concerned?
When you first enter, you are probably going to be a bannerman. Everyone here, you're joining for a reason, obviously, to support the banner. Whether it's me individually or another person within the guild who's already underneath this banner, then that's where you're at. And then going up from there is sort of up to you. If you want to, if you're a noble and you're coming to join us for protection or, as a vassal or anything like that, then we would bring you in as aristocrat. If you're interested in mending, we have an entire Mender's Corps that's run under Amelia, one of my cousins. And then the other one, it would be Privateer, which is run under my other cousin, Cedric, and his wife, Benrina. We've also got the Lions Guard, which is primarily run by Thalen Kestevan, who is another noble family within this banner, as well as Vladimir. And then we've got the Velvet Guile, which is not really publicly spoken about because they're more of a spy group and they report directly to me.
Oh, excellent. All right. And so I guess it depends on the person that you're under as far as when you advance in rank. Is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
All right. And how long does it usually take to advance? Is it just based on your performance for that individual, or is there a certain amount of time that you have to put in?
As a soft count, we usually go with maybe a 2-week period, but it could be less than that depending on how active you are, how social you are, how integrated you are, that sort of thing.
Okay. And how do you end up becoming an officer within the guild, other than marrying one of the Holts?
Well, then Rena is actually not only the head of the privateers, but she is the curator of the house. So she handles all of our public relations. She helps out doing a lot of our PR stuff, our events, charity runs, socials, all that. And then the Lord Marshal is the head of the Lions Guard, and that title will exchange depending on leadership, obviously. And then, like Sarazul has his rank and I have my rank. So,
excellent.
As far as I see officer positions, it's largely merit-based. So Vladimir over here, while holding the guild rank of Lions Guard, serves as the captain of the Lions Guard. He's proven himself as a capable commander and leader and assistant to Thalen. And I'm sure there are hierarchies forming within the privateers and the Velvet Guile as well. We prefer to have all that operate fairly organically. So if somebody notices that a particular member of a group is very useful or very helpful, they will be given more responsibilities. That may not necessarily reflect an OOC rank, but it's certainly no less true.
Oh, excellent.
Right. It's usually depicted in their TRPs.
And I think we already discussed with Kadrin how he can take over the guild, or how one might take over leadership.
I will fight him with my hands.
Just saying.
Bring it on.
Well, I mean, and as head of house as well, it can be overrun. Like Netherin had to take a step back OOCly, as he and his wife, who is my little sister Renoa, they are married out of character, and they just recently had a baby. So they took a huge step back from the game. And so Icely, he is not available, and which left the standing for HOA or HOH to be taken up by somebody else. And Kadrin was the first one to step up.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, wonderful.
I volunteered as tribute.
He's been sacrificed.
Well, and congratulations to those guys on the baby. That's awesome.
Yay.
Yay.
We're all excited.
That's right.
Real life household baby.
Yeah, that's
It's definitely a true Holt baby.
Did you guys send him a little tabard?
No, not
You
quite.
should.
Yeah, get on that, guys. Come
Just a
on.
little
Come
bib.
on.
She lives 20 minutes from me, so I just go over and visit.
Oh, nice. Excellent. All right. So what kind of guild events can I expect in Household?
We hold everything from fundraiser charities to social galas to tournaments. It really just depends on what we feel like doing for the community.
Oh, excellent. So example of your latest event that you did.
Then Rena.
Hi. So our most recent event was the Children's Day Carnival. So we actually worked hand in hand with Ludlow Vineyards on that. It worked out icily and ocily that way because Van Rena is best friends with Elizabella Ludlow. And so we collaborated on that, created a fair carnival event in Duskwood, where we had a dunk tank full of wine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was really interesting. Vlad got drunk off of that. Was the victim. We also had a strongman. We had mud wrestling. We had performances, mammoth rides, bobbing for apples, a kissing booth. So it was a lot of fun. It brought out a lot of people. We even had, some prizes. The two guilds came together, and we farmed for mats. We to make prizes, and it was a lot of fun. And it was really cool
Awesome.
to see everybody come out. And when you work on an event like that, you kind of have that anxiety of like, well, are people going to even come? Are they going to enjoy this? And seeing the whispers and the reblogs on Tumblr of how much fun they had, it just makes it all worth it.
Awesome. Well, that sounds great. And I love stuff like that because, it takes you out of the daily, in-character stuff that you're doing and gives you something that's a bit different and maybe even opens up a different story arc for your character. And like you said, it's a lot of fun to do and participate in that. So I love to hear guilds doing that kind of thing, coming up with stuff and working with other guilds, that inter-guild relationships. And again, it just opens up a whole wide world of role play that guild role play is great, but when you get out there and start role playing in different places and with different folks, it really opens up. And I think for a lot of folks, it really kind of expands their own personal role play in a way.
Yeah.
So that is great. Now, you mentioned a little bit earlier, Adalyn, that you guys do kind of a monthly guild meeting. Is that correct?
Yes. Closer towards the end of the month, we hold something like not necessarily a round table, but it's more like a town hall thing. I gather everyone because we're mostly an organic roleplay guild. We're not event based. We span across the nation and sometimes internationally. So trying to gather 20 to 30 people on different time zones is complicated. So I give them 3 weeks or at least a week's notice at minimum that we're going to be meeting up, and it's usually during our prime time so that everyone is available. We also post all the logs of the conversation in our Discord for those who cannot make it. That way they still feel involved, they know what was said, that sort of thing. And it's not just for me to present the guild with new ideas or a directional change that we're doing or reevaluating something that didn't quite work for us the last time. But it's more or less for the newer members to get an idea of what we've gone through as a group and to maybe make some open suggestions, because I do open the floor to everyone. And we kind of go around the table in our garrison and just kind of talk about different things or ideas that may come up. Or if somebody wants to discuss a situation that they've been involved in and talk about it amongst the peers to get feedback as well. So,
excellent.
It's pretty open.
Well, that is wonderful. And speaking of current stuff going on with the guild, what are you guys doing currently in your storyline? Kind of giving folks an idea of where they might be able to hook their story arc into what's going on with House Holt right now.
Well, that's sort of the thing, is that because we're so organic, we have our own stories that sort of amalgamate, but then they separate, and then they sort of hook, and then they don't. So really, when we log in each night, or when we do, it's to role play whatever is going on at the time. And that way it's progressive, and if there's a situation that arises, that people can kind of hook into that and react to it live time. People are also encouraged to collaborate with other members, either in Discord if they can't arrange a time to be online at the same time, or through Tumblr as well. We don't have a website, so there's no forum roleplay. It's basically just log in, roleplay, and log off, and handle your real life.
Yeah, I guess the takeaway is that there is no cohesive guild storyline. The different subsects will come up with stories as they come. I mean, no character is forced down a path they don't want to go down.
Okay.
So if a new person joins in and has key aspects of their character history that they want to develop or progress or revisit, they're very much motivated, and they're told, go ahead. I mean, share your story with the guild. We're all here to roleplay. So if you want to create an event that deals with your character's past, by all means. The privateers have events that Benrina or Cedric puts together, or one of their members will bring up and organize. The Velvet Guile gets assigned tasks now and again. The Lions Guard has their regular training sessions, and any of the nobility has their own things that may or may not come up. So everyone's stories intermingle. We very much provide a platform upon which to build your stories, and the guild story will then get dictated by the people within it, rather than a set script.
Oh,
Right.
excellent. That is fantastic.
We often joke around that it's very much like a TV show. It's like, next week on the Holts,
Yes.
There we go, the Holts. Yeah, and just I could see the intro to the show. Just Lynn Holt. And then show her doing different stuff, and then
as Roth turns.
yeah, that's
It's
there
set
we
to
go.
the jingle of cheers.
Yeah,
All of my Holts.
It's household, where everybody knows your name.
there you go. There you go. Excellent. Now, and I'm going to just throw this out there, and let's just pick someone from the crowd here, and I, I guess just right down here with, let's see. Landon. Now,
Hey.
There are, like I said, 800 guilds at least here on Wormrest Accord, and if you're not gilded and you don't click that little button in your settings, you're going to get 800 guild messages a day saying, hey, join so-and-so guild, or, come and do the social guild with us, and this and that. Why have you come here to House Holt? What made you come here, and why do you stay?
Because we're amazing.
Well, I've kind of been running with Allie on and off for a decade now. And the best thing I could say about her guild is, like they were saying, as Azeroth turns, you never know what's going to happen.
Wow.
And the stories change and flow so drastic. Like, it's a phenomenal experience, and it's as deep as you make it.
Okay. Wow.
That's real deep, Ron. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
What about you, Lorraine? What do you have to say? Why stay here in House Holt? Why should I come and join your guild? What?
I thought you were already a part of our guild. We accepted you.
Yeah. What the heck, man?
One of us.
Why should I stay?
Why should you stay? Well, I was going to sell you all my information.
Oh wow, that's
No,
You're fired. So fired.
well, Dan said he was going to zombify me.
wow.
Yeah, that'll happen.
He's the one into necromancy.
I guess the The reason to stay would be, I mean, it's been thus far, I've only been here probably a month or maybe less than that, 3 weeks maybe. The reason to stay would be, it's so far been extremely welcoming. We've made friends very fastly and kind of, been thrown headlong into the story, and it's all awesome, really, to just, pop back into WoW and find something so quickly like this. It's been awesome. Like,
All right.
that's what I was hoping by coming back to this game, and it's really like solidified the rejoining this whole thing for me. So that's a good reason to be here, to make friends and to, be part of a family.
Oh, excellent. What about you, Mordner? What do you say?
I think probably the best part about being here is it's like RP capitalism. Like the guild gives you a basis in order to basically make your character how you want, as long as it obviously remains within the canon of the story and it doesn't, war break or anything like that. And it's cool because it gives you a platform to introduce other people into the story and keep everyone, everyone's involved. Everyone has a role, and if you feel like you don't want to be too serious, you don't have to be super serious. You can be a little bit more casual, just as long as you show up and you enjoy yourself and everything like that. There isn't a whole lot of pressure to do a whole bunch of stuff. I admittedly maybe even pushed myself a little too far with that, because I have at one point in time had 6 different characters within the guild itself, 6
Wow.
different storylines. So like I had to kind of rear that back a little bit when real life caught up with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool to be able to have a place to introduce your characters, have people that are welcoming to, experience your story with you, because that's the best part about it. You can write for yourself, but it's more fun if there's other people that can enjoy it with you.
Excellent. Now, we all know why the captain here, Vladimir, is, why he's sticking around. Come on.
I like what you're insinuating here.
Oh,
Well, I got to be honest with you. The reason why I stick around and the reason why I love this group actually has very little to do with IC reasons. It has to do mostly with the OOC reasons, and it has to do with the fact that I have never seen a group or a guild that comes so quickly together when something goes wrong. So if somebody's sick or injured, we're all immediately trying to take care of them. Even simple things like, hey, I can't afford a WoW sub this month. You'll have 5 or 6 guildmates who are immediately jumping up to pay for your sub or gift you time. Or we've even had times where someone said, hey, I can't make rent this month, and we'll throw together like a Kickstarter or something and all pitch in to help out each other. I mean, there's a reason why people, when they join this guild, they're here for years. A lot of the members you see here have been here for 2, 3, 4 years now.
Yeah, Addie paid my cable bill twice.
Yeah, we're homies.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's awesome, but folks out there, this is not an invitation for you to send them your bills.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah. But no, I think that speaks volumes, honestly. A lot of guilds out there, and you'll hear this time and again, but a lot of guilds, once you get in, you meet the folks that you're in with, and they do become like family, don't they?
Pretty well. I mean, that's why I come and log in every night. That's why I put up with being a GM for so long, is that I get a sense of like an overwhelming, I don't even know what to say
Use your
when it
words.
comes to I don't have any words right now. But no, I log in because every time I come in, it's a relief from my everyday. I've got, a husband that works nights, I work days, we've got 2 kids, they're young. It's crazy. And then so when I log into the game, the kids are in bed, I can unwind, and this is the crew that I want to unwind with.
That's awesome. Now, and I always have the guild leader on last, because running a guild is a lot of work, but running a roleplay guild, it takes it up another notch, because you're not only dealing with the the OOC stuff, but you're also dealing with the IC stuff as well. And so I think it's a different kettle of fish to run a roleplay guild versus, say, running a raiding guild or just a social guild, that sort of thing. And not to say that those are any less hard, but it's a different atmosphere to run a roleplay guild versus those others. And there's certainly different aspects you have to deal with as a GM. And so it's not the easiest thing to do. And so I always, big kudos to all the guild leaders out there running a roleplay guild and doing just as well as Aylin here, who's got and done a fine job with this guild. So what do you think for a new guild leader out there, Aylin, for a roleplay guild, what would be your biggest piece of advice for them?
I would have to say that it would come down to making sure that you are prepared to be patient, put in the time and effort into listening, as well as being transparent with your member core. That way there's no secrets, there's no lies, you're completely open and vulnerable to them, and not necessarily making yourself weaker, but letting everybody be a part of what you're making, what you're creating. Excellent.
That is excellent. I love that advice. And Lorraine, again, we'll talk about the secrets later. The transparent ones, the ones that are not so transparent. Yeah, the skeletons. Now, Sarah Zill, again, you got to take over the reins when the head of the household is not here, and that's you got to pay the piper not only if you mess something up or it doesn't go the way that she would like it to go, but you're still holding the reins when she's not there. How do you balance the two?
How do I balance holding the reins while she's not there?
Yeah. And making sure that the ship is going on the course that she wants it to go when she's not there.
Well, so ideally, as we've established, we don't set a course. We basically ship off, and wherever we end up going, that's pretty great. So that part of the job's nice and easy. From an OOC standpoint, it's making sure that the whole member core knows that if they ever need an ear to vent to or talk about a problem or anything like that, I have no judgment. You can come talk to me about anything at any time. I got Discord on my phone, so you can reach me pretty much always. And I'm happy to hear you out, try and solve any problems, smooth out any rough patches. It's really just that. I mean, we're here to have a good time, and sometimes that gets lost in the RP or the stress or the drama of the situation. And that's what I try and bring home, is we're all here to get along and have fun. Excellent. No one's out to get anyone else here.
Right. Perfect. Now, before we move on, anyone else have anything else to add as far as what you enjoy about being in this guild?
Our guild leader's hot.
Instant promote that man.
Very kind of you to say.
Excellent. All right. And so, Aylin, that brings us back to you. Is there anything that you would like folks to know about House Holt that we might not have talked about tonight?
No. We don't publicize ourselves on the Realm Forum. We are very active on Tumblr. We are very active within the community. We always have a visual presence right here and have been for some time. We'll be coming up on our 4th year here in October. So, we're certainly no stranger to Stormwind, or even Duskwood for that matter.
All right, excellent. And so for those folks that maybe are watching this and are kind of on the fence, what do you have to say to those guys about wanting to come and join you guys?
Shit or get off the pot.
All right, excellent. So there you go, folks. If you want to join a guild, that is a lot of fun. It really takes a role play and allows you to flesh out a character without the restrictions of following a certain storyline, and you want your character to go in what direction you want it to go, and have these guys help you along with that and enjoy growing your character along with theirs, doing so organically. I cannot recommend a guild more so than Household. These guys are great. So,
Thank you.
question is from Elvin Rowe. So, do I just shit on my chair to join the guild? Is that what she means?
Yes. That is a big yes.
That is step one on the
Step
joining
one.
list, yes.
Step one.
I mean, if that's all you got.
No.
That's exactly how I got here.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
So
You just
I
you just
think
staple that to the front of the application like a headshot.
I think for a lot of people, they see a large group, a prominent group, and so they're intimidated, and they shouldn't be. I mean, maybe a little bit, but honestly, we are a very easygoing group, and as long as you're lore compliant and have a good attitude and aren't some angsty idiot, you're gonna get on well with everyone here, and you're gonna be able to write and progress your story in a fantastic environment.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. So no angsty idiots to supply to Oh, I just want to RP my character buying a mace, but the shop's been taken.
Yes. We lease a part of his store. I mean, this is a rather large building for just a mace shop, so
Dwarven maces are better. Go to Ironforge.
And I don't see any dwarves here.
no. We are primarily human. There are
nor
some
do I see
Eldrai,
any
but
gnomes
that's it.
here.
They're all in the second row. You just
Oh,
can't
okay.
see
Well,
Yeah, okay.
We do have a
We do
gnome.
have a gnome.
The gnome is actually my second in command.
Oh, excellent.
Yep, her
Well,
name
that's
is
what I like to hear.
Lizzie.
Well,
Yeah, we have had a history of dwarves and gnomes. It's just they're not as common in Stormwind as humans and gnomes.
They're also not so common in a noble environment either, so there's that.
Elvin Rope asked just to be sure which races are allowed. All of them except Pandaren and Draenei.
For the most part.
Someone asks in the chat, what would they say their guild is lacking?
And Darren and Draenei.
Yes.
That's a good question. What is your weakness?
So-
I think as nobles we role play characters that are sort of pretentious, even though the players behind them are not. And while we try our best to convey that, hey, we're nice people, come role play with us, I think people are just rather intimidated by our size and our icy attitudes.
We also have had a few people get intimidated by how close we all are. Like we all act icily and OCly like a family. That we deal with each other every single day. So we'll roast each other and do stupid crap every single day. So sometimes people can come in and be, they almost will feel initially sometimes that they don't belong, but that's absolutely not the case. And as long as you're here to have fun with us, you do belong. Don't be intimidated. Just jump in, join the fun, really.
All right, excellent. I mean, that's a great answer to that. So there you go. Someone says, angsty idiot number 15 looking to apply, please send tell.
Do it.
But, all right, guys. Well, that is great. And so there you go, folks. House Holt here on Wormrest Accord, Alliance side. Check them out. If you're looking for a fun place to come and grow a character and even start a new storyline and join a close-knit group of fun folks, come and check out House Holt. Again, you can go to householt.tumblr.com for all the information that we talked about tonight and more. And so feel free to check them out there. And again, you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for allowing me to talk with you guys tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to hang with us.
You bet.
Yay.
Definitely looking forward to some events coming down the line.
Yep, now get out.
That is our departing line to most people who are leaving to log off for the night. Just get out.
Wow, just get out. Someone says, I'm seeing a lot of melee classes. Do they accept casters? Yes, they do. I'm going to answer for you.
Yes.
Yep.
So there you go. They do, indeed. All right, well, I'm going to get over here. We're going to take a picture with the guild for the thumbnail. The YouTubes. Let me get in
You're a
here.
thumbnail.
How dare you, sir? How
All right, it's another
dare
room
you?
close.
I just, you know.
Edges of the group, get closer.
Or at least the ones who are not AFK.
All of them moved.
Where do I need to be? Tell me.
Out of the guild.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a prime example of
Get out.
Just rude.
All right,
we're
I think-
assholes to each other, but we love each other.
There's Lorraine.
Sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
trying.
fine. You're fine.
Really
Everybody
bad
looks
at it.
good. I think I got everybody in the shot here.
Failure.
She's not sorry. Don't let her lie to you.
Death on Cypher's cave.
She's a redhead. You can't trust them.
Yeah.
Ouch! I have no soul.
Came here to,
Wow.
I came here to take them.
Wow.
I feel personally attacked.
That's
You have
because
no
you were
soul
personally
either.
attacked.
Well, because Ben's the redhead.
She has
He's
no
the
soul
first
either.
redhead.
Her hair's not even really that red.
Look, I'm
Shut
just
up.
going to tell you right now, the myth about redheads is false. We all get freckles every time we steal a soul.
Wow. That's a lot
get
of
more of them.
souls. Yeah. That,
And we do.
Is that why you have so many freckles?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait,
Just because you eat the souls doesn't mean you have one.
who is debating that even?
No,
to begin
I've
with?
imbibed them into my being as a person. There's like 7 of me here.
Someone asked, so you guys aren't the strictly Naga ERP guild I heard about?
Oh.
No.
Only on Saturdays.
Yeah, it's only on set. Wait,
Wait, there is forced ERP when you first join.
Wow.
I think that's a prerequisite.
Yeah, well, we didn't
And
cover
then,
that
and then
in
monthly,
the how to get
monthly
in the
forced
guild.
herb checkups.
What's it?
but to remain PC about it, our code name for it is breakfast. So all you got to do is answer up, walk up and ask for some breakfast. We'll hook you up.
Wow. There you go, folks.
I'm dying.
So are so so it says so the redheads are the black soulstone.
Yes.
No, they're the red soulstone. You're not listening.
That's what it Excellent. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you so much, guys. It was awesome getting the chance to talk to you tonight.
Thank you, Turwinkle, for spending your evening with us.
You bet.
Nobody ever wants to talk to us.
Nobody likes you.
Wow.
Were you being
We're
mean
gonna-
to Trish or Turwinkle?
The trash. I mean, that's gotta be obvious. How can you be mean to a gnome?
Why not?
That's right.
both?
They're wonderful.
It's how I know you love me.
That's
Eddie.
it. All right,
the
folks.
Now I want to sing that song.
All right, folks. Again, check out Household. As you can see, they are a fun bunch and a really great roleplay guild over here on Warm Rest Accord. And check them out once again over at household.tumblr.com for all the information we talked about tonight and more. And with that, excellent job as always, Turwinkle. And Turwinkle, we will catch you next time.
I'll miss you.
We'll miss you too, Turwinkle. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Peace.
Bye.
Get out.
Get out.